Celebrity Sleaze, presented by McDonald's. The best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
6 new civil lawsuits have been filed against Sean Diddy Combs, including one from an accuser who says they were a minor at the time, 13 years old, in 2000. She was invited by a limo driver to attend an MTV Video Music Awards after party thrown by Sean Diddy Combs in New York. And apparently they put something in her drink, and she said she was sexually assaulted. At this point in time, you're wondering, he's never going to get out of jail, and what is next?
And he's acting like he's going to get out of jail, which is hysterical. It's like they're keeping the positive. Oh, we're gonna. Okay, you're in.
Speaking of getting out of jail, Kim Kardashian being very vocal on the Menendez brothers' possible release.
Do you think they're going to get out?
I hope they're going to get out.
Why do you want them to get out?
Because I think that they never got a fair second trial, and I feel like ever since, for me, watching Ryan Murphy's Monsters show, it really opened up and showed me so much about abuse, and I feel like they just never had that fair chance. And imagine if no one believed you. And the the sentence that they've been in for almost 35 years, that's more than, a first-degree murder charge. So I think that to have life without the possibility of parole, without the possibility, to me, is so unjust and so unfair. And so I do believe that I'm someone that believes in second chances, and I really believe in them.
And Diddy's like, hey, you want to stop by my cell? I mean, while you're out there doing your work for the man? In Monsters, we saw where Lyle supposedly was lying in a lot of situations.
Yeah, he was.
I did not believe when you watch him on the stand talking about the abuse that he was lying. It was the stupid little things
that he did.
Yeah, conniving and lying about. That was some powerful stuff in that documentary.
It's interesting that she said Ryan Murphy's Monsters because she was part of that, too.
Yeah. No, she was very specific to mention Ryan Murphy. I caught that.
Of course. A little bit more about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that was over the weekend. Dave Matthews talked about how grateful he was for Foreigner because, he loves Foreigner. He told a story about how another band being inducted has been a huge part of his life.
I want to tell one quick story because I'm last, and everyone's got to get lunch. When I was a little kid, I was taking guitar lessons, and my guitar teacher moved to a different place. It was above a studio, and one day I was waiting for my mom to pick me up, and they started bringing all these little crates on wheels. I didn't know what they were, cases. I didn't know what they were called, and they're bringing them all in. And then I looked on one of them, and it said Foreigner, and I was like, "What the f?" And then the first time we were ever recorded in a recording studio, the band, we were talking about this, we were in one studio room, and in the next one was Foreigner, and we were like, what the and then now we're getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Foreigner. What the
I do like the picture of Foreigners out there making hits, and little Dave Matthews is at his guitar class. I like that visual.
He sounded very lucid there. I'm very proud of him. Maynard Keenan, of course, of Tool, talking about streaming. They kept their music off streaming platforms for like 20 years until about, I think, 2019. But he was talking about it on the Allison Hagendorf show. Check this out.
I feel like we missed the boat. Like, it started with downloads, 24 years ago. And then by the time we actually came out, downloads are done. So we missed 20 years of reaching 2 generations of people to understand what it is that we do. In a format that, I don't like listening to the MP3 version of that thing. I listen to CDs and vinyl.
Yes.
But that's the gateway to get them into the vinyl and the CDs. And I feel like we made a mistake not being on those mediums for 20 years. Me every year saying we should do this.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because I think a lot of artists were opposed to streaming, but then realizing, not only can you make money, but you can get to your fan base. That's how they're listening to music.
Yeah, it's not the money so much because the money is not that big and you hear them complain about it.
Exactly.
But it's a little bit, I guess, that you get, but still, it's just that reach.
A little bit more from that Zach Bryan interview with Springsteen. They were on the cover of Rolling Stone. Zach and Bruce talk about their bands and the stories they've acquired on the road over the years.
I bet you have this with the E Street Band too, but every single one of those guys know that I put their friendship and their trust before I put what we're doing on the stage.
Yeah.
Every night. I find this interesting. When I went and came and saw you at the Wells Fargo Center, and your band was performing, and I have all this history with my band, all these deep stories that are so important to us and like matter so
Of course,
much.
yeah.
Like, I wonder if you had the same stories outlining all of y'all's relationships, and then to see you guys 30, 40 years later, I'm like, this is just how it works, yeah?
It's how it works. And I'll tell you, the first thing that happens, the first thing we do when we get together, if we haven't been together in a while, you tell stories.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
That's the point of life.
On a bus, this guy, that guy, what happened to, you know? And that's been going on for the entire 50 years we've been together, because those are the things you have in common.
That's our dream.
You
and
know?
at this point, we're like at this quitting tour time.
I wish you as much joy and adventure and success as we've had.
Kind of passing the torch there. Hey, Schwimmer's back. David Schwimmer. The Vanishing trailer. Have you seen this?
No, what is this?
He warns kids, stay out of the basement. It's the first trailer for Goosebumps, The Vanishing. This is the next chapter of Hulu's anthology series based on R.L. Stein's Goosebump books.
Oh.
They're for kids, Barnes. Premieres all 8 episodes January 10th. You've got Disney Plus, Hulu, inspired by the 1992 novel Stay Out of the Basement.
No wonder. I thought it was a horror movie. No, it's a kid's movie. Okay.
Barnes is like, should I watch this? Will I be scared?
Yeah, I will be.
Wow, guess who we're seeing together? Sacha Baron Cohen and Sarah Silverman. People are like, uh-oh. They were at the Academy Museum Gala on Saturday. Are they a couple? No. People are saying no. They're just friends. But why were they holding hands? Didn't you think that was interesting?
That is interesting. He is such a good actor. It took me 2 episodes to realize that he was in Disclaimer. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't watching the credits. And I'm like, man, that's Sacha Baron Cohen.
Why, he doesn't look the same? What's up?
He's playing the lead. No, he does, but when he's not acting a fool like he's made so much money doing, being Borat or something like that, it's just seeing him in a serious, dramatic role opposite Kate Blanchett was just like, oh, wait.
He's actually very good in serious roles.
Dude, he's so good. Man, if you're not watching that on Apple right now, Disclaimer, thank me later. They're on episode 4 of maybe 8. It's really good.
Speaking of the Academy Museum Gala that was over the weekend, Ariana Grande and her co-star in Wicked, Cynthia Erivo, criticized the AI fan art of the poster. Yeah, it was AI generated. She had this to say.
The AI of it all. Obviously, Cynthia was upset about it. What was your reaction when you saw it?
I think it's very complicated because I find AI so conflicting and troublesome sometimes, but I think it's just kind of such a massive adjustment period, and this is something that is it's so much bigger than us, and the fans are gonna have fun and make their edits, but of course,
Sometimes it goes too far.
I think so, and I have so much respect for my sister Cynthia, and I love her so much, and it's just a big adjustment period. It's like so much stimulation about something that's so much bigger than us. So, yeah.
What's that accent she has going on?
It's so weird. Every time you hear her speak, she sounds different.
If you would have told me who that was, I'd have been like, who is that?
It's maybe it's AI generated Ariana Grande. I'm like, who knows?
Yeah.
That is your Celebrity Sleaze.